Hey guys, Shadow Knight Comic coming back at you today. And today we are going to go over a kind of collection, I should say, of actually complete run of Moon Knight, the Marc Spector Moon Knight run from the 90s. I believe I think it was 1989 was the first book, and then it went on to like 93. But yeah, so it was a 60 issue run. I ended up picking up the whole thing on eBay for, I want to say, I think it was kind of expensive. I think it was around 400 for the whole set. And I couldn't find any, that was like the cheapest set. In the more expensive, like everything was high end, was like 800. These all look relatively decent. I do know that there's some of them have like a little bit of, they need new bags and boards for sure. And you'll see like some stuff on there, but like a little dirt and stuff, nothing too crazy. But I was thinking about reading these anyways, so it's not like I needed them in super high condition. But it's nice to have a complete run. So we're gonna start off with the number one, which is really it's a cool cover, and then we'll just kind of go from there, and we'll go down the line, and yeah, kind of see, like Spider-Man comes in. I think Punisher eventually comes in on this line, um, which is it's pretty cool. I like how they depict it all the way through. And I see like this doesn't have like you know a, just a bag, not a board. And then yeah, so it's kind of interesting how this collection, or not collection, but this whole run came to me. Um, like it was, like I said, it wasn't the most like high end, but I mean, there's some newsies in here, and it was like I'm like they're not the worst condition I've ever seen. They got like maybe a couple ticks here and there, but then they come in like some of these weird ones where they have so much extra just room in there. But yeah, they're not bad. They look like they've been read before. So I'm like I said, I'm perfectly okay with that. And just kind of look at them. Nothing in here is like super expensive until like number one, and it's like usually it's actually towards the last end of this run is where it gets expensive. That's where Platt came in, and and then he did his artworks on there, and the value of those just exploded, which is crazy. And then yeah, there's just a whole bunch of these where a lot of them are newsstands, which is kind of nice. And like they're not in horrible grades, so it's still nice to have some newsstand kind of stuff going on. And like I said, I think it's a vast majority of them have newsstands, which is nice to see, especially for the price, because some of these issues go for like just basic ones. I saw like some of them were going for um let's see, it was like $4 or $5 at a local shop. They were charging for even just not even like keys. So which means that these are, I think they weren't even newsstands either, which is crazy. Like I said, a good, there's actually more newsstands in here than I thought. Um, but it's really cool to have this whole thing. I want to get down and sit down and read these. But a couple of these, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to read some of these sometimes because like you're like, oh, I don't want to like put an extra crease or anything in it. But if they already like, not super high grade, then it doesn't really matter. But then there's some that are like, maybe I shouldn't. But you go back and forth on it. And just yeah, like I own a couple copies of this, I think, because it was just it used to be just a dollar book back in the day. I looked through my Moon Knight box and I was like, oh, you know what? I didn't realize how much of this I actually had, and I had a lot more than I thought I did. I have more in like the 40s, is what I have, and I'm like, but I don't have any of the Platt stuff, and I was like, well, of course I don't. So that's kind of where the majority of the value of the series is just right in those books. There's like a homage to we'll come up to it. It's like an homage to I think ASM like 300 or something of that variety, and it, for some reason it holds like like $100 value in nice shape, which I believe this one is in nice shape. Um, so yeah, there's a lot more newsstands in these than I had realized. Um, yeah, that's actually a really good deal for some newsstand kind of stuff. And then there's a direct. I knew there was some directs coming up. I was like, these aren't all newsstand. There's no way I would have caught that. Um, I was like, maybe it's I was gonna say maybe it's like later on. Oh, that's 33. Hold on, I'm going out of order here. What's going on with that? Give me 1 second here. There we go. Sorry. Some reason and then the stack they got messed up in order. There's 32. 33. Now we'll go back to that. 34 without the bag and board. I do believe I have this one already, but I think it's in rougher shape. There's a few of these I have. Like I said, when I found them, I'm like, wow, these were really rough. But I got them in dollar bins years ago, so that's why I'm like, I'm not too overly concerned about those ones. I could easily read those. Yeah, see, these are all the directs now, the later series. But it's still cool because they got the little symbol down there. But yeah, I just got to get some more bags and boards. Like I actually have one of these already too. I guess maybe it's this stuff like later on that's hard to find in a newsstand. But I do. There's some nice Doom goodness on here. Doom's all hot nowadays, which he should have been all along. But Robert Downey Jr. does his magic on that. Makes the hype train real. Yeah, very nice. And I found out I had this cover already too. But yeah, it must have been just the end of the run that's in just regular direct. But I'm okay with it, and because it's got that cool moon symbol. So I have to figure out how. It must be that these end ones in newsstand are probably a lot more hard to come by. Because this series towards the end was that's why they retain value too, not only because of the artwork, but towards the end of these runs they got pretty scarce. That is just a weird bag that thing's in. It almost feels like I don't even know. Like it's like a seal. That is quite peculiar. This is my first time going through the whole thing. I'd gone through a couple of them just to kind of look, see where they are, see if like they're really poor shape. Yeah, what is this? This is like some sort of cellophane or something like that. That's just so weird. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, there's a nice direct edition of that. 52. Sorry, I wasn't even paying attention if they're in the right order. I assume they are. There's 53. And then this is where they're going to start getting expensive here in the last 5. And this is the money book right here. This is the first artwork of Platt. Now you can see that right down here. You see that all the way right through there. Is I think that's actually the bag. Yeah, that's the bag. That's not the actual book. But what was it? Oh, this corner right here. You'll see it actually. Let me see if I can focus in on it a little bit. I'll zoom in. But yeah, look at that right there. That corner it's unfortunate it got dinged up a little bit. But like the rest of the book looks fine. I think I don't know if it was because of how it was packaged or if it was already like that. I think it was already like that because I tried to zoom in on it on eBay when I bought this, and I think that was already there. I did not catch that. I probably should have looked a little bit better. But overall, I mean, like I said, I'm not gonna resell these, so they're going in my collection and they're just staying there. Now I do have, so I have another one of these that I bought from my local where he had it was a signature, and it was like it had their certificate on the back for Platt, and I was like, I know CGC does that whole JSA signature authentication thing. I'm like, that would be a really cool one to get in the slab because it already has the signature on it. So I'm like, maybe I will do that one of these days and just go. I just have a hard time sending to CGC nowadays, just because I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, all that stuff that's going on, just kind of, I don't know. It puts a bad taste in your mouth. You don't want to invest in something like that and just completely, um, just it completely ruins it. Now, it says on the back of this is near mint, and I will say that this does look pretty minty, and that is good because this isn't one of the ones that in high grade is $100. So that's what you want to see. You wanted to see that one and that first plat and the ones in the higher grade. Now, technically, like I said, the other one's not as high grade, which that's fine. But having at least one of the high value books be in a really good shape is what you want to see. Prefer both, but and I do like how it said Platt after Todd. So again, an homage to Todd McFarlane there, which is probably why it holds the value. I do have this one though. I did not realize that I had this already, but I think I have one or two copies of that. Again, back in the day, you buy stuff. I really need to get everything super well organized. Um, like I have a lot of books, and I never thought to make an Excel spreadsheet. Now I do have an Excel spreadsheet for the slabs that I have. Just my raw books, I don't, because there's a lot. So one of these, what if I should have done when I had my first like 1,000 books? I should have been like, oh, I should have been keeping track of these better. But then when you get a few thousand, it makes it a little bit more intimidating. It could take a couple days to get that all squared away. But this is the last one right here, number 60. That is, it's a little bit. I think that's the bag again, but it could be a little bit. But this one, it doesn't have crazy value, but it is the last issue of the series. But yeah, that is my 60 book run of Marc Spector Moon Knight. Like I said, I'd absolutely love to read it. I don't know if they made an omnibus of it. Maybe I just do it that way and just have the books again. Like I said, it depends because excuse me, I did want that to read, so we'll see. Like I said, there's a couple maybe I won't, but yeah, I'd like to definitely do that one of these days. Super busy trying to get everything, organized, cleaned up, all that kind of stuff. And like I said, my behind me is like a disaster zone. It's got a whole bunch of boxes and stuff like that. So again, when I get everything all set and organized, we're gonna change the style of video. I'm gonna turn around and do everything that way. And then I'll have time to edit some videos and everything. Just kind of right now, I'm just doing like a run with just no editing, anything like that. On my TCG channel that I do, that's the one thing I like to do is just no editing, no BS, no I go with what I say, and that's how I like it sometimes too. Is doing that it feels more authentic when you do it that way. But anyways, rant over, and I appreciate you guys stopping by, and we'll catch you on the next one. Hopefully, I think I actually have another not collection, but another run of things coming in soon. So, all right, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.